We are here today with Miriam. Miriam is one of our graduates of the online group coaching program called And Emotional Eating. Miriam, thank you so much for being here. And what made you decide to enroll in the program in the first place?
I was not feeling myself, not only about my body, but just the overall stress of life. And I said, you know what? I have to take it into my own hands. And Igor reached out to me to see if I wanted to be part of this. And I was so happy to hear from him because I didn't realize that this was what I needed to push myself in the right direction.
Awesome. When you say the stress of life, now I know that your stresses, but tell the listeners, jobs, kids, etc.
So not only am I a teacher virtually, I've been online since October, but I have a very rambunctious 3-year-old, and my husband was not employed for about a year, and just overall having everything on my plate, working 4 jobs day in and day out. I really didn't stop to take the time for me that I needed. I either wasn't eating at certain points in time or eating absolute like unhealthy bad food where I just could take it, grab and go.
Yeah, yeah, 4 jobs though.
Yeah.
A lot of jobs. And how was the besides the grab and go? How was all the stress being a teacher, 4 jobs, husband not working, around much as 3-year-old? How was that affecting your eating?
Well, not only would I turn towards a lot of unhealthy food, but I found most of my meals were being eaten at nighttime. And I was either ordering in, so like pizza or chocolate, and just kind of turning to more comfort food versus what I should be eating. I know I wasn't getting enough fruits and vegetables. I wasn't really stopping to think about what I was doing and how food impacted also how I was feeling. But just from stepping on a scale and realizing that at the beginning I was over the weight of what I was when I was pregnant really shocked me and said, you know what, I have to change.
Right, right. And so you did. So you enrolled in our program. You've completed all 12 weeks. You're an official graduate.
Yeah.
What did you think was the most useful part of the program?
Not only having an accountability partner, but being accountable to myself, realizing what changes I needed to make, realizing what was being linked to my eating and how my emotions really were causing the not only the stress, but to also rethink of how I plan my day and how I plan my eating. So even though I needed food that was accessible, I would make either my meals a week in advance or I would make them the night before. That way it's in a container. I can quickly grab it, run upstairs and go back and start teaching. Or if I'm tutoring at nighttime, and then that way dinner was already ready, I just had to pop it in the oven. By the time I was done tutoring, then I'd be ready to have dinner on the table.
Awesome. So you found that the tips on planning that we covered in the program were particularly helpful in terms of helping you not cave into emotional eating, but because everything was already pre-planned, there was no thinking involved. You just took whatever was there.
Yes, exactly. And
Awesome.
even just being aware of like that I wasn't getting enough protein, I wasn't getting enough fiber in my diet. And every week whenever you came to us and you said, okay, how much of this did you eat, now take it and beat it, push yourself, then
Yep.
for me I was like, okay, you know what, I know I can do this, what can I do to change? And I'd almost make a meal plan for myself too, so that when I was going grocery shopping I'd say, okay, I'd look up a few vegetables or a few fruit that I knew were either higher in fiber and what I could use to make that into a healthy meal.
Beautiful. And yeah, that's the entire message of the program, which is progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
I don't care where you guys start, as long as you're just a little bit better next week. Not necessarily perfect, but just a little bit better. That's great. Awesome.
Yeah.
And what's different for you now that you've completed the program?
Well, not only have I lost 15 pounds, I'm exercising, whether it's taking half an hour at lunchtime to exercise or half an hour at night and just doing something for me, which I really did not take some me time. But also my overall outlook on eating, on healthy decisions, and even how I've cooked has impacted what my son and my husband have been eating. Just the overall challenges that I was experiencing with my family kind of have also slowed down with the eating.
Amazing. So the positive impacts on you have kind of spilled over into positive impacts on your 3-year-old and your husband.
Yes.
And what's amazing is that while you're still working 4 jobs, you're still a teacher, you still have a rambunctious 3-year-old, and despite that, you've been able to lose the 15 pounds and improve your mood, your awareness, and your emotional eating, and so on.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Any last comments you want to say to our viewers?
Honestly, I thank you, Igor, for just opening my eyes to not only helping me to change as eating, but giving me the opportunity to be part of this and to get to meet other people that were also in the same predicament as myself, and hearing other people and their stories and their ups and downs too really put into perspective to show me I wasn't alone.
That's amazing. Very happy to hear that. Last question. Do I have your permission to share this case study with clients, students, and readers everywhere?
Yes, you do.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.